we are.
I think we're just getting better and better every single day.
Yes.
Every single week. I'm just
Yes.
like, I walked in, I sit down, and we go live.
Yes. Yes. We're only like 7 minutes behind schedule.
Okay.
Not really. No, because Tanner and I went for like over half an hour today. We got out in the weeds, and then we probably talked for another half hour after that.
You guys are always talking. I come in and you guys are always just brainstorming.
It's an interesting dynamic in that we're a lot alike in where it's all about the data, and then I'm a little bit more ready, fire, aim, and he's a little bit more about the process. Actually, he's a lot more about the process, which is perfect.
Right.
You know, because we get to see everything from different angles. Yeah. And so today was good. Today was good because we're trying to ratchet down this pay at closing aspect for media and content. Just because days on market is longer and there's just a bunch of stuff going on where it just makes more sense.
Makes more sense.
Especially for high-end properties.
Yeah.
But
That's
speaking
true.
of high-end properties and a luxury RE, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty well. Busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Busy doing
actually a lot of stuff in real estate.
Okay.
I'm actually doing a full blow renovation on one of my rental in McKinney.
I saw that.
So it will be ready hopefully by beginning of October. Fully updated in the 500,000 range, Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Nice.
Frisco ISD, yeah.
Ooh,
So so once it's ready, I will share the lessons that I learned behind.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So yeah.
Now, have you been shooting content other than I saw your little walkthrough or whatever saying that you were there?
I do. I have everything is on this phone, right? Just need the time to put it together because I actually also doing the marketing on one of the listing for lease that I have in Princeton.
Yes.
It's been on the market for about 24 days. We actually had one application came in 2 weeks mark, but my client just wanted to find a really qualified tenant.
Sure.
So we're gonna put a hold on that. But all the marketing behind it is working. It's showing interest. We have another inquiry, but again, just the timing on that.
Yeah, there's something to be said for, is it lots of attention, but is it the right attention? Or is it the qualified attention?
Yeah, correct.
Because no different than, obviously, all about the mortgage business and the pre-qual letter or whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
There's
still the same terms, same terminology.
Well, there was always the difference between, what is it, pre-qualified and pre-approved? I'm trying to jog my memory.
There's a difference, yeah. Well, I can pre-qualify you right now on the spot.
Right.
I can say that you pre-qualify. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Versus pre-approved, where it's like you've actually gone through the
backed
process.
by a lender.
Yeah,
you
the
go
credit
through
pool, the whole
process.
9 yards.
Yes, the whole 9 yards.
The 3 agency pool and all of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that fun stuff.
Yeah, that's going to give me nightmares. I'll be like up in the middle of the night tonight worrying about line level price adjusters and
It's one of those things that every job, it just has that
yes.
thing.
Well, and that was one of the things that Tanner and I were talking about earlier, where there's a lot of stuff behind the curtain that folks don't understand or don't realize as far as like the legalities of things. And in talking about like marketing and what can be done at closing and how does that look and what is all of the different things that are legal versus illegal versus can that be seen as a kickback, blah blah blah. So he's going to go down the rabbit hole on that. And now I'm curious because man, he might come up with like good answers that because I keep just getting like shit, where I'm looking at this and it's like oh. But it's one of those things where I'm now obsessed with scaling.
Okay. But you have to have a good foundation.
Yes, and there has to be differentiators, and there is a need for process, but there is also a need for like an insane goal. And so,
to me, it's the learning is in the doing, right?
Yes,
I've because I've done all of that. Like I throw money into coaching and different mentorship, but the problem is that we can sit here and watch YouTube all day long. right?
Yes, exactly.
But if you don't do it, there's nothing is going to change.
Well, just like, you know, you and your fitness thing, you know, if I read a book about push-ups or being on the elliptical, that's not exactly the same as me having done the elliptical every day since January 1st, which I have.
Yeah.
So I'm, you know, it's a couple hundred days in a row now. And
That's
you know,
awesome.
And it's one of those things where even if I don't feel like doing it, I still have to do it, because you can quit, but you can't, or you can suck, but you can't quit.
Correct. Yeah.
And that being the philosophy. So my minimum is 15 minutes. And a lot of times that's all I do is 15 minutes, just because, and then on maybe on a Saturday or whatever, I'll end up doing an hour or whatever.
So one of the trick that my coach told me is that the day that you feel like you don't want to do it, just get out your timer and just set the timer for 5 minutes.
There you go.
Just try to do it for 5 minutes. Yeah.
And there's something to be said for just showing up.
Yeah.
Because odds are if you show up,
you're going to actually keep doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's something that happens whenever you do that over time. Now you become somebody that you can trust.
Yeah.
You know, you have built up I'm the person that does, if I say I'm going to do the thing, I do the thing.
Yeah, you do the thing. You find a way to do it.
Speaking of doing the thing, okay, so we've got...
I did the homework, right? I sent you the 2 builders that I want to bring on.
So that's in process. So one of the homework assignments was find us 2 luxury builders that she wanted to do business with because she liked their product, liked their vibe, etc. So we've got the feelers are out on that to bring in, and I actually know one of them personally, so that'll be much easier.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, and we actually did... oh my God, I have to look to see on Facebook by way of Daniel. It was...
Yeah, I think you probably... Yeah.
And Gabriel, God almighty, maybe 2 years ago, we did a walkthrough.
Okay.
With, it was just sort of like a little mini... it wasn't an open house because it was still under construction.
Okay.
But we went and shot a bunch of content. And so this idea with you is we're going to act as if, where, okay, we're going to put the content together,
right?
Because we have the ability to actually go to these folks and present something that not everybody. This is what Tanner and I were talking about, where the idea with the pay at close is, okay, if you have a $4 million house, well, you probably need a $4,000 media package, and it's probably going to be on the market for 60 days or more, unless you just give it away, which nobody wants to do that. But
that's one of the things. Is the hardest thing to overcome is that you always think your house is the best one.
Oh yeah, it's the emotional attachment that people have to something, which is totally understandable. But
I've learned that lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to, I will let you know. Yeah.
Being emotionally attached to something, like the feelings aren't facts. So it's like the math is the math, and the market is the market.
The market is the market. That's the hardest thing.
The idea, so with the pay at close, the idea is, okay, so, and this will tie right into the builders. So this will be something that, hopefully, knock wood, all of the legalities will be ironed out to where we can offer a...
Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but keep
going. Okay, here we go. Wait, was that a sneeze?
No.
Oh, that was. Gesundheit. This right here is good content. This is what drives the metrics. No, the idea being, so like, let's say you get with the builder and okay, you get the listing for the $4 million property. Okay, well then you pay $2,000 up front for the marketing, but we're going to do a 60-day marketing campaign that once we have all the standard, listing content, the photos, the video, the footage, all of that. Well, now we bring you in and we would interview with the builder. And now you're not just talking in generalities about, custom builder XYZ. You're actually talking about specifically 123 Main Street. And if we already have the content, and we're also going to shoot extra content with the idea of making this. So it's the idea of like content begets content.
That would be so good once you can see the value of it. Yes. Because I don't know how, I'm going to get hit for saying this, but what people do to market a property, except for the fact that put it on the MLS and syndicate to Zillow, Realtor, and then push out one reel, and then everything stops.
Right. And a lot of folks, and again, human nature is what it is. And so people go into a listing appointment, most of them, or let's put it this way, a large percentage go into a listing appointment scared to death that they're not going to get it. And it's
you gotta have to detach yourself from the result, meaning that
I can remember back in the day of, being a mortgage guy, there would be times where I would take a deal that was just dog shit.
Yeah.
And it would be because, just to have a deal. You take a deal to have a deal, that's a nightmare. It would be no different than a listing agent goes in and they do everything, say everything, and promise everything under the sun to get the listing. And then it turns out, like you said, they want the moon and the stars and the sun. And whoops, this quarter wasn't as good as I thought.
Right.
And all of the things that would then go into a suboptimal situation and plan.
Yeah.
And because it's almost like the people pleaser aspect of, we'll get,
I mean, that's the thing about realtors, us. I'm not talking about anybody, I'm talking about us, right? At the beginning, we are all people pleasers.
Yes.
Right? And you're going to say what people want to hear.
Right. And that's how you paint yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
So like my thoughts on this, and this is what we're going to build with you, is, okay, we're going to do the thing where we put it together. We're going to solicit for the folks that we want, the builders that we want, and essentially the piece of the market that we want.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're also going to do, here, we'll go over your audit. So I did the market snap, or the digital snapshot for you.
Right. Don't embarrass me too much.
Oh, no. You're actually there. You're actually visible.
I am
so kudos to you there, visible. You actually have your Zillow agent page, but now I guess that's your name on your driver's license on?
Yeah.
So here it's like we need to figure out how to change that, because what it's telling you is that in order for everything to be feeding into each other,
it has
can't be two different names.
Yeah.
So that'll be one of your homework assignments.
I tried at the beginning. I did tell them, but okay, I'll go back.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And then there were tons of the mortgage reviews. Mm-hmm. And now, of course, you're relatively new in the real estate space, but we'll start getting you reviews over there too. Then here, the minimal footprint on YouTube. So one video.
I haven't done anything.
So here's what we're going to do there. This is where the shorts and what I said about shooting the evergreen content. We want 15 to 20 clips where it's, for example, you doing curls, doing the treadmill, doing whatever, and then a question or a hook.
Yeah.
And then we want that to where we can reuse it over and over and over again. So a perfect example would have been, you're on the treadmill.
Right.
Man, it's hard keeping up with everything in life today. Work, kids, family, blah, blah, blah. You know what else is hard? And then cut, and then you walk into the middle of the remodel. Overseeing a remodel, blah, 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 whatever. And so now that goes out, and that goes out as a YouTube short, because now it's going to drive people back to your channel.
Right.
And then on the channel, we're going to have the long form content that we're going to make with the builders.
With the builders, yeah.
And so we're going to, over time, triangulate. Because one of the things is most people will make one or two pieces of content. They'll either get vanity metrics where, a bunch of people will see it, but it doesn't move the needle in real life. That's cool. That's a dopamine hit or whatever, and that'll make you feel good for a minute. And that's the thing where, like what Corey does, where there is a way to get tons and tons of attention. It's like, okay, but then what?
Yeah.
How do we get the attention to translate into people actually want to interact with you for what you do for a living? So that's our overarching philosophy, and that's what we'll be aiming for. And so, here, identity and consistency check. So the name variance, we're gonna fix that. The profile mix, make sure the disclosures in there. It's always gonna default to making sure everything's legal. Here, social proof. So you've got average of 4.96, excellent, because you know what? People don't want, if it's 5.0, they think it's fake.
It's fake.
It's true. It's true. Like, where have you ever gone, or who have you ever interacted with that it was 5 stars every single time across the board?
No,
exactly.
Not. Yeah.
Exactly. That's not how the world works.
Somebody out there is not gonna like us. That's for sure.
And so, Rate My Agent, which is, they're actually out of Australia, and they hired us to go to Tom Ferry like 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so now we were out on the concourse in their booth, but it was literally just Rate My Agent. But they had the agents come by the booth and say how great Rate My Agent was. But like that's something that we'll look into.
Okay. My allergy has been killing me.
Yes, you and Austin both.
It's been so bad. I don't know what
So
happened.
here, YouTube cadence is near zero. We're going to fix that with shorts that's then going to drive people back to the channel.
Okay.
Shorts is easier to do.
The honest truth is that I haven't really do anything on YouTube because that's just like a totally different animal. Yeah. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
Quick wins for the next 14 days. Unify the name.
Okay.
So that's your homework there. Claim and optimize. So realtor.com. Here's a pro tip for everybody. Realtor.com. So MLS does not allow branded content because it is aggregated and promulgated by MLS.
Right.
So the broker agreements do not allow for, and why would they? Like, JPAR or Keller Williams doesn't want EXP on their website.
Right.
So all of the content is whitelisted. However, Realtor.com, because you are an agent and have an active license, everything that you do is actually on the agent dashboard for Realtor.com. And Realtor.com allows for YouTube and Vimeo links on every listing, but you have to go in and do it manually. Because they're only going to pull MLS data because that's the whitelisted stuff that everybody agrees to share.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we will do is this. Get your Google Business, get your Realtor.com, and so pipeline synchronization. So we want everything that is everywhere to actually match.
Okay.
So whatever your bio is on YouTube will be what your bio is on Realtor.com.
Okay.
And on Zillow.
Okay.
Are you going to sneeze again?
Try not to.
So that's your homework. And then maybe next weekend, we can do like if you're available in the afternoon, like Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, we can do the fake workout stuff.
Okay.
Because I think until you see how
I can see a vision.
Yeah.
I can see at this point.
But until you see what
how
the pieces actually look like, that will facilitate you being able to do it on location. So like ideally the goal would be, so next week on the weekend, we will shoot.
I think I'm getting very comfortable being uncomfortable.
There you go.
This point.
Perfect.
So I mean, if we get to do on location, I can do it. It's no problem.
Yes, of course. Not. Well, I wouldn't have suggested if I didn't think you could do it. But the thing is, a lot of times it's one thing to hear it and kind of visualize it whenever I'm saying it out loud. Because obviously I know intellectually you know what I'm saying. But the real thing is, okay, well, once you have, here's 6 or 8 pieces that are already finished and you know that you're shooting to those.
Yeah.
That will make your part, the DIY part on location, far, far easier.
Yeah.
Because okay, on that one that I said, you know what else is hard?
Yeah.
Well, then, I'm going to do that over here because it's one of the things, it never fails. Somebody comes in and they have the most bare bones outline of what they want to say or what they want to do. And first time out, they're always freaked out because, oh my God, the lights, the thing, the camera, the red light, whatever. Well, when they leave and they realize, one, it wasn't fatal, it's totally doable, the panic attack is only, for a minute, then they have all the creativity fires on the way out. And invariably, I always get messages, oh my God, next time, could we do this? Could we do this? Could we do this? It's like, yes. And the thing is, I expect that. And so, because again, human nature is what it is. Until you know how to do this or until you know how it's made, it seems like magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why we're going to be intentional. Again, shout out to Wayne, intention and reflection. That's the thing. So, you got your homework. Look at that. We did 20 minutes in no time flat. Actually, 20 minutes took 20 minutes. But what do you think? Because we got here's what we got. So website hub and SEO, backlinks. We're going to start doing everything where we standardize. But first, we need some content to just to get eyeballs on it and to drive them in the direction we want them to go.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
Excellent. So next up, we're going to get you some interviews.
Okay. I'm excited for that.
Start dialing it in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Perfect. So.